Here we are on Resurrected today. I am working on a John Deere, and it's raining. I'm working on John Deere Tractor Starter. It's a 2030 John Deere, and we're going to tear this thing apart because my John Deere is not starting very well right now. So I'm going to see if I can't fix this thing for cheap. So here we go. Turn it the other way. Loosey, lefty loosey, righty tighty. And those two bolts there were 3/8 socket. Then I'm using it's an 8mm or 11/32 to take this strap right here off. And that goes from the solenoid to the stator, rotor. So let me grab a Allen wrench and take that out and see what that is. Maybe we don't have to take that out. Let's just leave that in there because the end's coming off. Alright, now I took the end plate off. My goodness, look how much dirt and junk is in this starter motor. No wonder it wouldn't start. And I'm going to clean these brushes. These are brushes here, and clean this brass rotor stator. And that way I can get some more current in there, and it should operate a lot better. So, that went there. So you do not have to take, I think that's just an oil galley to oil that thing. We gotta slide this apart first, so you slide this whole armature out. And man, it is, this all comes apart here. This slides off this, should slide. Oh, I'll have to, well, you could take this off, but then you'd have to get into the solenoid and stuff. What you're wanting to do is, man, this thing's dirty. Let's clean all this up. I'll get some sandpaper, and this is all graphite off the brushes. We'll clean all these up, all this up, and then we'll clean these brushes and all this stuff. We'll clean all these brushes off, and that's why we're not getting a good connection, and the tractor won't start. But I'll get these out. I know they come out. Oh yeah, you pull the pins out. There's a pin right here. Pull this pin out, and then your brushes slide out here. And then you see how how dirty that is. You want to clean them up where they're real shiny. Get all this graphite off of them. You'll have a brush for each side, and they run on this armature, and it gives 12 volts to this starter, and it starts right up. All right, you want to use some sandpaper or emery cloth or whatever you have and get these good and clean and shiny. All of them, knock the edges, the rough edges off the sides, because this is what's gonna turn on this armature here, or touch this armature and spin it, or gets electricity to it. Let's see how I've got this all cleaned up. Looks good. It's clean. This is all clean. And we'll put the brushes. I'll get this most of the way assembled. And we've got that all clean. And there was a screw right here. Right here. There's a screw. See how that wiggles? That's not a good contact. So I need to take a Phillips head screwdriver and tighten that up. This is your 12 volts coming in right here, and see, that's loose. And that could have been a lot of the problem. See, now it doesn't wiggle, but that's got to be tight. And it being dirty didn't help it at all, but definitely that being loose was one of the problems, because when I would try to turn the tractor over, you would see a little bit of smoke come out right here, and that shows me, it's indication that something right here is not got good connection. So we tightened that up, and I'll clean the rest of this up, and you'll see me assembling it, and then we'll put it back on the tractor. So here we go.
Okay.
All right, we got the end cap cleaned up, and if I remember right, this slides on. This Allen head goes straight up here, so your bolts, your long bolts, make sure you clean those up too. You don't want any of that graphite in there. And you slide that bolt in, tighten it up a little bit. Find this hole, tighten it up a little bit. If you have a wire in the way, you'll have to pull it back out and kind of situate those wires, but we got lucky and didn't. We'll snug these down a little bit on each side, because you don't want to shove it on the end of this shaft here and mess that bushing up. All right, that's tight. And I've already done it, but make sure you put this strap back on here, because that's where you get power from, and that's the only way that you're going to get power. So we're going to put this thing on the tractor. You got a stud at the top, goes here, and a bolt that will go on the bottom here. It's a 9/16 wrench, real simple. Put on 2 bolts, hook your power wire up here, hook your wire, your switch tot right here. And we'll see if this thing starts up here in just a little bit. All right, starter's on. We're gonna see if this thing will start. See if it'll turn it over.